There's too many people in this world that we can only connect to just one. It's such an unfair expectation, not only to the person that we're putting this on, but to our own selves. Hi, Phoenix family. Let's talk about soulmates. This is a very touchy subject because soulmates has been so romanticized. And we are told by whether it be media, people around us, movies even, that you will have one soulmate that will come into your life and they are meant to be with you. And you are meant to be with them because everything is so perfect. And I love that idea so much. It's so beautiful. And because I'm a sucker for love, why not? It sounds great. Okay, let's look at some reality here. All right, the idea of a soulmate is somebody that you connect to spiritually, somebody that you almost mirror, like you feel the same way about things, you laugh at the same jokes, you watch movies together, you have the same emotional understanding of what's going on, or you're watching the news together and you both feel the same anger about a situation. You express emotions on a level that only the two of you seem to understand, okay? We want to believe that that is our soulmate. And we want to hold on to that because it feels good to have that other person that we can connect to on that level. Sometimes it's not lovers. Sometimes it's just a friend, somebody that you laugh with, you send text to, you send jokes to, or you get into very serious conversations. Things that you thought you can never share with anybody, you can share with this particular friend. We must be soulmates. On that idea, I can agree with, okay? But I disagree with the idea that there is only one. That just seems so unrealistic, and here's why. There's too many people in this world that we can only connect to just one. It's such an unfair expectation, not only to the person that we're putting this on, but to our own selves. It is not a fair expectation. I personally feel that we can meet somebody and have that level of connection. We can have that twin flame soulmate connection where everything just works. And it can be epic, absolutely epic. And then something happens. We grow, we mature, they grow, they mature. Things change in our perceptions. Does that mean that that person was never our soulmate? No, it just means that sometimes we grow apart. Sometimes things change. Sometimes in relationships like that you see that have been together for 20 or 30 years and you think, wow, that's so amazing. But sit down with one of them or both of them and find out the horror stories of the 30 years that they've been together. They've had some mountains to climb. In most relationships, they do. Because you are still two separate people. Even if that spiritual connection, that love, that coming together is so intense, you're still two separate human beings. Okay? A great deal of people have these mountains to deal with, and they do, and they carry on with these long lasting relationships, and then you have other couples that do not. This mountain comes in the way, and that's it. That's the breaking point. It's not happening, right? Personally, my opinion is that we have so many lists of diagnoses on bad people and narcissism, that we do not work as hard in relationships as we should, to a degree. There are absolutely some relationships that are abusive, both male and female, that need to be done. Absolutely 100% they need to be done. You need to escape that. Okay? But I do feel that every person should at least put their all into it. Now let's talk about the soulmate breakup. It happens. It really does. But that, again, going back to what I first said about they're not the only person. Okay? Yes, that is a hard pill to swallow in that raw moment of a breakup. That raw moment of realizing that everything is coming apart. The text messages will stop. The phone calls will stop. The cuddling is not there. The hand holding. These things that we've become familiar with are not there. And in that moment, it doesn't matter soulmate or friend or whoever. That connection is severed. And it's painful. So the first thing that most people unfortunately go through in that severing moment is, I don't want to live. I don't know how to live. I can't go on. This isn't happening to me. I'll never find anybody else to love me again. Everybody goes through that because it is so deep. It is so intense to come to the realization that you're going to go get forward, that you're going to go overcome, that you're going to make it again. It is too hard to see in that raw moment. My best advice in that raw moment is to let it in, embrace it, cry it out, listen to the sad songs, eat chocolate chip cookies, whatever you need to do for a couple of days, come out of it, start watching some Comedy Central, something to bring out laughter. Go hang out with the girls, go hang out with the guys, have a drink, and do not talk about love stories, but laughter, things that change the mood, okay? Because while this sadness here is kind of festering, it will take time. Can take a couple of days, it can take weeks, it can even take months. But this festering moment, it will ease in time. It's different for individual people, okay? But you will find somebody else. You will connect to another human being. You, me, everybody has that choice to allow it to happen. You have those that wish to be connected to another person, so they will try harder to do so. And then you have those that have come to the conclusion, this festering pain was too much and I'm never going to let it happen again. And they choose to have associative relationships, okay? And those associative relationships are people that mean something to them, but they will never reach that point of closeness to where if they take off, it'll hurt as bad, all right? That's how relationships work in general. A soulmate or twin flame, whatever word you choose to use, is something that you should think about is in the moment. We are living in a moment of a twin soul, a soulmate connection. And that moment can last days, weeks, months, or years down the road. It can be amazing. But if it doesn't, then you go through the recovery and grieving process of loss, and you will find another one. You have the choice whether or not to let them in. The hardest part about finding another soulmate or connecting to another soulmate is letting go of what happened to the last one. Okay? So let's just say this. For example, so you have your soulmate and everything is perfect in the world. But for whatever reason, this soulmate has cheated on you. And so you make the decision that you are absolutely cannot deal with that. The relationship is done. It's over. And you made the choice to end the soulmate relationship. Even if you made the choice, it still hurts. And then the next soulmate comes along. It might be 2 years down the road, but you already have it in your head they're going to be a cheater. You've already convinced yourself that this is what these people do. They have similarities to the last one, so they're going to cheat. So you already put up this defense mechanism. You're already like, yeah, we can be soulmates, but I know what you're capable of. And you're truly treating Eric like John because this is the experience you had. The hardest thing to do is to let go of this experience and give Eric a chance to be who he is. Okay? Now let's say that it's the other way around, all right? You are the one that did something bad in a relationship. You cheated, okay? And your partner decides they are ending the soulmate relationship, all right? Same thing goes. You have to go through the recovery, you go through the heartbreak, you meet somebody new. You have to keep yourself from displaying your emotions of the ex to this new person. You know that you fucked up, okay? All right, I did this in the last relationship, this is why they left. But you still have to be you. Like, if you constantly have that running through your head, well, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up, you're going to try way too hard to be a different kind of person than who you are. All right? So you, again, are not allowing a soulmate connection. Because, again, you are building a defense mechanism. You may not realize it, but you are. Okay? Soulmates is a moment. And it's a moment that can last forever. It can last a short amount of time. All right? And that understanding of soulmates helps us to accept the idea whether or not a relationship works. But to end the subject altogether, I do believe in soulmates. I do believe in twin flames. I just believe that we have more than one. If this relationship ends, I will find another one because I choose to. I choose to allow myself to have relationships with other people, even though I have to go through the phase of the breakup. I have to go through the phase of the hurt. I have to go through the phase of the recovery and then allow myself to have another one come along. Okay? So that's going to be it on soulmates. If you guys have anything to add to that, I absolutely would love to hear it because I am very interested on other people's thoughts on soulmates and twin flames. I don't want anybody to give up on relationships because, like I said, I'm a sucker for love. Love stories are amazing. It doesn't matter to me if it's a few days or 30 years. In that moment, you had love. In that moment, you gave love. And that is amazing. So it's about opportunity. Will you allow a soulmate to come in, however short or long that time is? Will you allow it? Will I allow it? All right? So that's going to be it for there. Thank you again for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Mwah.